Guys, it's hot in here again. And the worst part about that is not only is it hot in here, but I have low energy today. So I don't know... Yeah, I don't know how good this video is gonna be. Anyway, we're gonna go check out Petscop 8, which might be shorter because it says it's only 23 minutes, which, I mean, these are absurdly long, even for these episodes, but at least they still kind of have the same, like, logic with their times. Like with Petscop 4, that's 12:12, so, you know, that's the shortest one out of all of these, even though it's still much shorter than that. I don't know, that's just my theorist logic kicking in. Anyway, let's go see how long it is. So we've got 3:59 on the clock. All right, let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Actually, we're wasting more time because I'm gonna get a drink of water. And I didn't forget the way you tried to kill me last time. Looks like we're starting off with that road that we haven't seen for a few episodes, so I'm interested to see where this could go. Okay, what do you... Okay, so there are cars on the road. Yeah, I thought I saw something like that in episode 2. Good to know that that's, you know, that's kind of being proven now. Because that's... I mean, it's not an important question that I've had, but it's a question I've had for a while. So what are we trying to do? We trying to get run over? Why? Oh, it won't run him over if he's standing in the road. Oh, wait, also, I just want to take a quick moment to notice that the colors of the cars match the colors of the cars in the bedrooms. You know, there was the red truck and the blue truck. I think the red truck was in episode 3, and the blue truck we saw last time. So yeah, I just noticed that. I don't know why they won't run us over. Well... Probably because that's not safe. But that's very interesting. Yeah, it's blue and red. Oh, a double car. Yeah, whenever we stand in the middle of the road, they won't run us over. But whenever we move out the way, they start rushing through.
What?
Whoa! Hold on a minute there. You're gonna need to pump the brakes for a second, alright? Let me process this. So, I wasn't expecting that. It looks like... Actually, it looks like that shadow guy. So I'm thinking this... Because he has like that same face shape and a little horn. So I'm thinking this is what Marvin actually looks like. My question is, why was he a shadow guy? Like, why was he engulfed in shadow in the, in episode 6? It could be just because it was like a camera filter, but I'm not very inclined to believe that, considering in episode 6 it was proven that the windmill disappearing on the camera did not affect it appearing in the overworld. So I have a feeling that there's a more legitimate reason why Marvin was a shadow guy in that episode. It might have something to do with the note, you know, going down the stairs and turning to the right, but we know what he looks like, and I'm just gonna say it right here, he looks ugly. Like, bro, bro does not look great. I guess he's like the bad guy though, so he's not really supposed to. Oh.
What?
Yeah, I'm confused too. Ooh, we haven't been here in a while either. We're just following Marvin. Dang, Marvin's fast! Why is Marvin so fast? What? It's the school. Oh, what? So is Marvin trying to, like, tell Paul to, like, go to the school? Because I guess this version of Marvin can't talk. Well, I guess it can, but it'd have to, like, set up all those blocks, and that'd just be such a hassle, you know? It would make sense if Marvin was trying to tell Paul to go to the school, though, because he's been basically, like, telling Paul that the whole time. That seems to be like Marvin's goal. The house and the school. Marvin wants to go to those two places. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what Marvin's showing Paul here. Oh, he stopped. Oh, he's going again. Run, Marvin, run! Okay, here we are at the house, yeah. So yeah, I think Marvin's just showing us these and like trying to direct us to go there. And this is a really convenient room to do that in as well. Wow, that's kind of funny actually. And then Marvin's spinning in a circle to place emphasis.
Marvin, right?
Whoa, hold on. What was that?
This is Marvin, right?
Yes, I think so, yeah, because he has the same face. I talked about this. Okay, so Marvin really wants us to go to the house. We're going over here now. Yeah, this is Marvin. What? That's a wall, Marvin. Marvin, I don't think you know what you're talking about.
I think you're confused, Marvin.
Yeah, I don't... What are you...
I don't think you get what you're doing.
Yeah, no. Unless there was, like, supposed to be an area there, and there just isn't for whatever reason. That seems like a bit of a stretch, though. I don't know. I think Marvin's gone off the deep end a little bit. Yeah, I don't know why he just keeps running into the wall. That's strange.
What?
Excuse me! Since when does Marvin get levitation abilities? Why don't we get levitation abilities? You know what? Marvin, you can keep your levitation abilities. I'm out. I'm out of this hot room I'm in right now. Bro, Oh my gosh, it's a car. Scram! Oh, what? Oh, I know who it is now. Alright, stop editing. Let's get to work. Editing? I'm recording. It's recording right now. Marvin levitated. And floated through the ceiling.
Hey guys, just finished my test.
Ooh, nice.
I think maybe like a 70 or 80 might show up.
Oh yeah, also Marvin was trying to run into the wall. You'll have to see it when the video comes out. But yeah, Marvin was just literally like, is there a wall? He was like...
Well, this is an accidental collab.
Yeah, I'll have to credit you in the description. Find him. Go find him in the description. Okay, so, yeah, that was weird. What the heck just happened? So, can you...
He went up.
Yeah, so I wonder if he's, like, waiting for you on the surface, maybe? Like in... Ow! I wonder, though, if we can find Marvin in the New Maker plane. And I know...
Will I find him if I go up?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Ooh, we haven't seen this area in a while. Matter of fact, I forgot this place existed. Because it's been so long since we've been here. Okay, so, yeah, let's see if he's up there. Okay, here we are. Oh, great, now we gotta trace the flippin' areas. Oh, dang, we're going pretty far out here. It is a pretty long walk, though. Is Marvin out here? Marvin, you there? He's just gone.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. That was weird. Okay, what are we doing now, Paul?
Yeah, well the thing is, it's not here now.
What are you talking about? It's not here now. What do you mean?
There's not even a passageway or anything.
Is he talking about that wall, like when Marvin was running into the wall? Is there actually supposed to be an area there? Was Marvin actually smart and I just was calling him an idiot for no reason?
Can you remember when you saw this?
Oh, he's talking to somebody. Like, right now. Probably on the phone. Huh.
Well, it could have changed between then and 2004.
2004? Okay, that's interesting. So it could have changed between then and 2004. Like, the development of the game? If I knew the context of what they were talking about, I'm pretty sure I kind of do. I kind of have an idea, but I don't know for sure.
After 2004, my mom had it reportedly.
What? After 2004, my mom had it reportedly. Or purportedly. I don't know what he said there. They might be talking about either a disease or whoever possessed this game before Paul. So it might have been Paul's mom. I don't know why this is important to the story, but I don't know. We'll probably find out soon enough.
Well, okay. Thanks.
And then he just gets cuts off. That was a bizarre and very short episode. I just want to take this time, I guess, then, since that was, so short, to talk about some theory crafting. But first, before the theory crafting, I want to talk about something I missed in episode 7 that, in hindsight, is pretty not important, but I thought I'd bring it up here. In the pause menu section, when Paul's standing in front of whenever Paul's gone into the pets menu in the past, there's always been two options, one to select a pet, which allows Paul to read the description, and one option to go back. But in episode 7, when Paul stands in front of the depository station, one of the options is drop, which I assume means to drop it into the depository station. Pretty insignificant detail, but I didn't notice it. I'll be sure to keep an eye on those button prompts in the future, but yeah, I just thought I'd point that out. The next thing, actually, that I want to talk about is some of these episodes' descriptions. I actually haven't checked if episode 8 has one. No, it does not. But I know there are 2 episodes that do have a description, episode 1 and episode 5. So episode 1's description reads, "The game I found," and then it essentially just has the note here, so we can actually see what it says. Episode 5 is the interesting one, though, because this is the one where Paul asked a lot of questions. "Hello, folks. I guess this is for all of you now. The following are the questions where the response was, I don't know," and then we have a whole bunch of questions, him asking who is Care, who is Mike, who is Tiara, and, where are you, when am I, what is NLM, which is interesting. He asks about the New Maker plane, a New Maker, what is Petscop. He even asks how to see the windmill, and he asks some ridiculous questions here. And then he asks, who is Marvin? We asked this one after the video ended. So, I criticized Paul for not asking that, but it's very clear now to me that he did actually ask who Marvin is, which, good on him. And then the following are questions with real responses, so these are the ones that actually got answered in the episode. And then they're just clarifying that the full question of remember remember being born does not fit. When the color changed, we were able to ask 2 questions, and then these are those. That's pretty much all for the descriptions. None of the other episodes have a written description. Speaking of descriptions, though, I want to talk about Tonith's description, because that one seems to be the most important, and one that I very much misunderstood, and could actually be useful for something else later that I'll talk about. So I feel like Tonith's description was definitely, well, at first, the enter a description here part was probably written by the developer not knowing what to write there. And then I feel like everything after that was written by Care, because I guess Care found the game and messed around with it. So that would explain the childlike mannerisms of the text that we're seeing. And we also learn a lot about Care, which is shocking considering, we have had a lot of care, like attention to Care, but Petscop hasn't really cared much about her. Yeah, that was a good one. Revolutionary. Now, I do want to talk about one line that I just blatantly glazed over, which was the line about has broken leg for some reason. All this is referring to is Tonith having a broken leg, which you can see in his design. Strange, but not any stranger than the weird sideways turnips. The next thing was the questions that Paul asked in that episode, that also Marvin asked in that episode. The where is the house and where is the school? I feel like these questions, it's almost like Paul is more of a messenger rather than the person actually asking them, because I feel like the questions are essentially being asked in character. So when Paul asks them to Tool, it's not Paul asking these questions, it's Marvin. And so the responses are directed at Marvin. So the first one was, "You'll never go home," so that's either a threatening statement, or perhaps it's foreshadowing that we'll never see Marvin in the house when we find it. And then the other one, "Where is the school?" The response to that was, "You can't go back in time." I feel like it's just saying, you can't go back in time to fix whatever happened with Care, or fix, because we've established Marvin's the bad guy. Essentially, it's saying that you can't go back and redo that. Care is lost. You failed. So I feel like that's kind of what that means. Which definitely gives us a lot of context for that particular answer, because that was the one that confused me. I'm like, what the freak? Aside from that, everything else in episode 6 and most of episode 7 was self-explanatory until we get to those censored objects, and that's what I want to talk about. The first one, the one we actually saw, because we didn't really see it, it was censored, but it was an object on a table, and it's very clear that Paul was distressed by that. There could be 2 explanations for this. One, it was something, unsavory, like something that you can't show on YouTube, which wouldn't make sense considering the context of some of the other ones that we're going to talk about, and I don't think it would make context within the story. The other option is it's something that Paul himself owns and is surprised that he's seeing it in the game. So that's my theory about that one. The other ones are a bit trickier. The first one being a big present with a sticker on it. That one could either be they're censoring it because of what's written on the sticker, or they're censoring what's inside the gift. And gift boxes are majorly important to Petscop, so I don't know why they would censor a gift box. I think it would be more something inside of it that they would need to censor. The third one was something on a wall in a big black house. This actually could be Tonith, because it mentioned at one point in the description that they hung him on a wall. And if the house is Care's house, that would make sense if they would have to censor that, because it's literally Tonith's remains there. So that's probably the only one that logically makes sense if that's the case. And then there's the last one, written on a chalkboard. All I know is this has to be in the school, because that's the only place where I can think logically there would be a chalkboard. But as for what is written, I have no idea. Don't ask me. And with that, we essentially come to the end of my theory crafting. Aside from the fact that we know what Marvin looks like now, we know that the cars in the bedrooms are actual cars, which could hint to us that all of the objects in the bedrooms are actual objects elsewhere in Petscop, or actual things. I know the crayons in Care's room, back in episode 3, they were in the shed that the flower was in, and also that Care NLM is also in. So it seems like those objects are all, like, we're going to see them all at different points in the game. Tool is an obvious example of this. But yeah, that's essentially... Oh wait, one more thing actually. In Care's room, I noticed the floor pattern was made up of a familiar looking flower. I think this is the same flower that's in the flower shed. They look very similar to me. Maybe not the exact same, but very similar. And then the other thing is like one of those paint rollers where you dip it in paint and then you roll it on the wall. We haven't seen that yet, nor have we seen that in Context to Care. We have seen the flower in Context to Care though. We've seen it above Care in the flower shed, and then when Paul made it go all the way down, you know, the Care NLM variant was all glitchy. So I'm thinking, right, every single thing in those rooms is intentional, and we'll just have to wait and see how that all connects to these characters. Anyway, yeah, that is actually it for my theory crafting session this time. Interesting episode, I guess. This might as well just be the Marvin episode, if I'm being honest. Oh, Corey Kenshin just uploaded, so I'm gonna have to watch that. Well, might as well get out of here quickly then. So, hopefully you guys all enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye!